It would require TA to be strong enough to kind of 1v9, which is a little bit scary into Tiny and Ember because it's like a duo core that can have a lot of impact. Anyway, Broodmother, oh Jesus! She's a hit or miss hero.
Yeah.
She scares
It
me.
feels really weird to kind of bring it out, but mainly because it is just so hit and miss. We've seen teams either do extremely well with her or they suffer significantly at her hands.
I've seen that more often than the...
For sure, for sure. I don't know the actual statistic, but in my head it's going to be like maybe only like 30-40% win rate. It's going to be low.
And the teams where like it's usually hitting are the teams who have like this super well-known, oh, you got to ban Brood versus this team where you're going to get brooded. Like the reason it's not banned is because, yeah, no, OB.Neon, they can play the hero and have, I want to say, picked it a few times in the past, but it's not like some gotcha pick that they really go to a ton and just dominate with, so...
It's going to be interesting. Do you know which wheelhouse this one's in, Sheep?
What, who plays it, do you mean?
For the Brood, yeah.
Oh, I think it's Enryu.
Like a lot?
Yeah. I think so. I mean, it's definitely not a carry. I don't think... I think the only mid in C that plays it is Fearless. From Motivate Trust. I don't think I've seen anyone else play him there.
It's going to be interesting. One, Execration going to be having the next pick and their final pick, right, to round out this draft. What are you guys hoping they get?
I mean, I think Tiny is already enough to, like, at least somewhat address, like, you're not going to get overrun by spiderlings. Like, Tiny's cleave from the tree grab. You can chuck it to kill some spiders, too. Should at least be enough. I think the lane can, you know, Brood does pretty well against melee heroes in lane with his early game toolkit, but looks to me like they want an offlaner. That's what's being banned here. OB.Neon, yeah, ban Sanking, ban Legion. Banking with the Hoodwink is good. I think just gives you another hero that deals well with the Brood. I think Catch is just getting... You never... Like, even with Tiny, Ember, Hoodwink, like, having more AoE teamfighting Catch is just always going to be good. So those kind of classic offlaners. Like, I think Centaur would be good. Centaur, Hoodwink. Centaur looked sick earlier today.
Oh, no, this time for sure it's offlane.
5 seconds remaining.
This time for
Oh,
sure.
that's what you reckon. How sure?
Like 100,000% sure. And they're gonna pick mid Venomancer. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm sad because like Kunka's banned. Obviously that would have been really nice to have against Brood.
Yeah.
Maybe not so nice against TA, but what can you do? It's annoying when you have to really address Brood, but also kind of fill out your draft. You know? I think...
Do you not think that Tiny is enough versus Brood?
I think it's good, yeah, but she's not gonna be kind of engaging Tiny. You know, like Tiny doesn't like to buy catch items when he plays carry. He likes to go the Silver Edge and the whatever Echo Saber, and Brood kind of just dodges him, puts webs around him, and farms his jungle, and he can't really run after her. So they don't have people that kind of do that. They would kind of have to rely on like smoking up with Hoodwink Ember and getting like a bushwhack or something, and then Ember's able to just kind of try and burst her within the remnants. I like the Mars a lot. It's a good catch against her. Obviously, she can't climb over the arena walls. So this sort of fixes the catch issue that I had for them against Brood. I don't think I'm worrying about Brood at this point if I'm Execration.
OB.Neon getting final pick for the draft. It's looking like a bit of a wacky draft. So do you think we're going to see a wacky last pick?
What do they want? I mean, they've got a lot of tempo. Brood TA, I think they're just looking for some kind of magic damage to kind of balance it out. Like, yeah, they've got this minus summary physical, but I don't think you want to go all in that direction. I think just like, you know, puck type hero, some catch, some setup. I guess it depends where TA is going. It could be safe lane, could be mid. Typically with OB.Neon, it is going to be the safe lane TA played by Asta, but you can see based on Execration's bans, you know, they ban a mid, they ban a carry. They're kind of recognizing there is that flex potential. But I feel like a lot of the heroes that would maybe round their draft out best are going to be mid laners here. You know, your spirits, your pucks. Something that at least gives you some kill threat on Ember. Because right now, yeah, they have no stuns. Like, I do think it could become a legit problem. That's partly why the Ember pick starts to look good, because you've got no catch whatsoever. DK, that brings some stuns to the table, gives you a catch. And also it fits the theme of, like, this, let's push and snowball.
They're gonna push.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
Gonna
gonna
be doing
push.
a lot of pushing. And Danog and Ares, I mean, Execration pick up Mars for the final pick. Again, I'm gonna laugh because Danog keeps changing his background. You never know what to expect. But the Mars last pick for Execration, are you guys liking it more this time?
It's better, right? Like, against the... You're not against a Night Stalker. You don't really like to build, you know, BKBs on these heroes, at least super early on, especially if you've got, like, this... like, it's a 5-tide Enryu. I think you could certainly keep this hero killed very damn quickly. But what do you reckon, Lockie?
I can't take you seriously with the glasses, honestly. I'm trying to not look at you.
Stop.
Thank you. You can take them off. Yeah. I do like the Mars getting picked up. I think it's a good way to enter the Broodmother. I was same reaction to Sheeper when I saw the Brood. I'm like, dude, why do I have to watch a Broodmother game? This hero is filthy.
Right?
But I want a game 3, so I hope I get a game 3.
Mm-hmm. I want to ask you guys, at what minute do you think the first tower is going to be taken? Just a minute. Exactly a minute.
6.
Mm-hmm.
9.
All right, I'm going to leave you two to answer that question on your own as we head into game 2 between Execration and OB.Neon.
Well, I'm going to say minute, but I'm going to get a little bit more specific. I'm going to say 7 minutes and 13 seconds. So it just adds a little bit spice to it. If it feels better being point right. But if you're on the minute mark, it's like, you're close enough. But if you actually get the second, you're like, all right, I'm feeling good. I got something right. My prediction being kind of off, so I need this one. If I can get 7 minutes 30, I'm happy. What are you feeling?
Did you say 30 or 13?
13. I meant 13. I did. So to lock it in, 7 minutes 13 on the dot is when first tower is going to drop. And I will also add it's going to be Neon getting it.
Okay, 7 minutes 12 for me.
What the fuck? Dude, what? Dude, I
You used your one word for the day. You can't stop.
sorry. Oh no, you're putting me in this far out, man. Past couple of streams we've had, past couple of casts, you made me dab on stream, and I've watched you do the whoa and oh my, what you dab is now I have to have you cast with glasses on. It's really not. It's not. Zone, if he's putting glasses on, please don't go. Yeah, nice. We're going in game. We don't have to see him. John can wear glasses and he can look good wearing it, but just as a friend, you need different glasses. As a friend, Matt, I'm just letting you know.
Okay, as an enemy, I don't care what you think.
All right, well, we are also enemies in predictions, trying to get them correct across the board. We're currently 3 and 7. I'm 7, you're 3. I'm in the lead. How are you feeling about this game?
Incorrect, very incorrect. All right, let me have a look at just some quick buys first before I make my final decision. So, mid lane, he's still got to go into the Orb of Corrosion build on Ember Spirit. It's against a Dragon Knight, so it's going to be a bit less effective. Hopefully, Palace doesn't die here, by the way. Dang, we're starting to make the movement. But I feel like it's still important against the Broodmother, right? Those Spiderlings and Spiderites have very high magic resist, so you still need to rely on physical damage to be able to take them out. You've got good ways to do that with all 3 of your cores now, so I feel like that's a nice way to be able to counter the Brood. For me, they just need to be a lot more definitive with a lot of their movements, because it felt like they were, just dipping their toe in the pool as opposed to jumping in the deep end, right? You need to fully on commit when you've got a key timing. There was no reason that they should have been waiting last game for those Dark Ascensions to be back available before they made a play. So I feel like this game is going to be pretty heavily on the back of Tino to be able to make a lot of action happen around those arena timings.
Okay, and with all that being said, what team are you leaning to?
You know what? I'm going to say Execration. I want a game 3 as well.
All right, I'm going Neon. Let's go. Oh, I'd love to be able to be right. We're going to bump on. I told you, if I get this ball, although I did want a game 3, so I don't know.
It's like you're a liar.
Well, what do you mean I'm a liar? I want a game 3, but I also I need to get some wins under my belt. And if I can think Neon's going to win, and if I can be right and you can be wrong, then I can close the prediction gap. I got to take that chance.
So selfish.
Oh, I want
not wanting what the chat wants. The chat wants more C Dota.
Or
And
maybe.
well, Tino wants to try and survive. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, although very nice use of the God's Rebuke to be able to push him away.
No, Danog, you're looking the wrong way. I am the caster's curse. You are the all-forsaken oracle, the best prediction god there ever has been, and you're going to be right, and I'll be wrong, and we'll get a game 3 because of me edging Neon.
Sure, let's go with that. Anything to pump up my own ego, I'm always happy for. So let's have a think about how some of these lanes are going to go. So Enryu, bottom side, I think there's not too much that he needs to be concerned about, right? Palos needs to make sure that he's saving the tree grab for farming potential as opposed to just right-clicking Brood. Of course, you don't even need to deal with a Spiderling super early on. Enchantress is going to be doing a decent job at bullying, but this is a lane where Abeng doesn't need to worry about any kind of stuns or being locked down once his Shakuchi's up, right? So I think he's going to do just fine at creating a lot of space for Enryu.
Enryu, he's gone. One more pop. And Palos gets our first blood. Execration on the board in our game 2. It's a great way to start in the Broodmother lane.
Absolutely. I was certainly expecting that Insatiable Hunger to do a little bit more in terms of lifesteal, especially with the bonus damage that you get from it into a one-armor Tiny, but it tickled him. Just that strength of the Enchantress, right? He was able to remove the small camp block, but just goes ahead and takes the old mate Tomato there, the Hellbear Smash.
Asta still goes down. Shanks, he's able to pick it up. All right. A couple kills early on for Execration. A great start for them. Asta, we saw how solid he was able to look in game 1 on the Templar Assassin, and already off to a bit of a rocky start.
You really are cursed, aren't you?
Oh, don't say that. Come on, man. You're supposed to be like, no, you're not cursed at all. Hang on. If you just mean like my predictions, then that's okay. But if you mean real life as well, then I don't know. That's a different thing, man.
I saw that dab. Your headphones came off. Nothing was right about it.
Well, no, it just means I dabbed ferociously, so much intent in it that my headphones came off, and it was just too goddamn dope. I don't know how else to put it.
Too dope. It was too powerful.
Dude, you're just jealous. For people that are not aware, just self-plug. Check the Twitter. I don't know. Good content. This is scary, man. Vincenzo's got the Mind Sealer. Arguably one of the better creeps to have at the early phase, and Enryu already gave. Yeah.
So reliant on that mana to make sure that the Shakuchi is constantly able to be free cast. He's going to run out of time on it, so only ended up getting, I believe, the 1 mana burn off, but that's still enough to bully him out of the lane. He's going to start to make a movement towards mid, perhaps to try and secure the bottom water rune for Bob, but similar sort of movement is coming out from Shanks as well to make sure that things might be a little bit easier. So, well, just going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Feel a little happier about that, though, if I was on Execration's side, right? Because Tiny's still looking to farm solo. He wasn't under any sort of pressure. And Vincenzo, he's an Enchantress, right? So anytime the Weaver leaves the lane, you can just be greedy. It's not until that level 6 you really have to be a little bit more concerned about the Tiny. So
Vincenzo,
you've got
eating a lot of damage, man. Top lane, Tide goes down as well, but it's going to be 2 kills across the map. Vincenzo just face-checked Enryu in a bang. That was like, all right, let's feel a little bit more powerful than what we truly are.
Mm-hmm. Without a single point in the Nature's Attendance. I can understand if maybe he had 1 point into it, but wasn't the case. Abeng might be able to get this career as well. I think that's just some lucky movement perhaps coming through over the trees. Still able to secure it, though.
You seeing what Bob's doing?
Not laning, basically.
Yeah, can he not lane versus Dragonite? What's going on? Oh, he lost a ring. Oh, no.
So he's got Sleight of Fist. He'll be able to get it.
Oh, will he?
Never mind.
Oh, what? Oh, no.
I mean, you're having to contest up into someone that's got 10 more right-click damage than you, so it is going to be a little bit more difficult. Again, he's gone into the Sleight of Fist, but that... Yeah, it's certainly a little bit rough for him. It just shows the importance of him making sure that he secures these power runes, so I think a rotation through from one of the supports at the 6-minute mark is going to be vital.
Oh, they're coming now instead. It's going to be Jing. 2 points in the gush. A lot of damage on Bob. Meanwhile, Shanks is going to look to join. Weaver is beelining it to the area, and he's moving quite rapidly. 6 is out. Easy stun from afar, and a big kill for Neon. We're getting... Oh, this is scary. My prediction, it's... You got the catapult, you got the Elder Dragon form. Come on, you just... a minute 13, Neon. Start getting moving. Need some damage.
It's a haste rune top. We would have loved to pick that, especially prior to that level 6 on the Ember Spirit to enable a little bit more of that survivability. It's just going to enable him to maybe go up onto this top side. Asta has enough mana for the meld if they want to go for this dive.
Ching's like, alright, I'll face check the tower, take a little bit of damage there, why not? The really important thing is the fact that they disrupted the first Elder Dragon form usage. So even though it did cost Bob his life, the ultimate's soon to expire, and they've lost the catapult wave too.
And the 6-minute prediction for the tower going down is not correct either. I think no one's going to be correct. What was it, 9 minutes? That might be the closest one as Palos gets dived on underneath his own tower.
Oh, couple more right clicks. Jesus Christ. And now Palos bottom. And Ryu's still not level 6, but it looks like it will not matter as a bang might also drop one more swipe.
No
and he throws it. Now Palos has got an Iron Branch. Not really going to do much to Enryu. Duking and jiving. Can't cut through the trees as Enryu still attempts a TP. That's ambitious, Enryu! It's not ambitious. He makes it out back to the tower. Enryu gets away with murder.
Power of being inside those webs, man. It's that extra little bit of health regen that you get as the Broodmother just enabled his survivability there. So what a play coming through, and now he's hit up onto that all-important level 6 with that solo kill.
Tino Top's in trouble. It might... I don't even think a defensive ultimate keeps you alive here. Well, they'll throw it out, but 3 heroes surrounded. They have got rid of the fraction charges. They're doing a super good job to stand on top of Asta, so Palos unable to find the toss, and... I don't know. He's got 6 armor. The 10 now with the gush expiring.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like you just need to leave this lane a lot of the time on the bottom side, right? Like, maybe the only one, that could look to come would be Bob. Just to try and play around the tower, spam out those sleight of fists, but I didn't want to wait until he's level 7, just so that he has
Avatar mode? No way, got the invis. Oh, they get the speed connection. Okay, Avatar mode. Still gonna end up going down, it looks like. Neon with the rotations, unable to protect. I don't know what... I swear he got the invis, but apparently Enchantress got it, so... Never mind.
It's just a little bit faster on the edge, right? He's very fast, even without those boots. Nice deny of the tower there by Shanks on the bottom side, but yeah, a Hoodwink, even with Bushwhack maxed out, which he's going to have in a couple of levels, isn't enough.
Jing's going to go down, simultaneously bottom. Tino, nice wraparound, gets the spear connection, and Ryu once again... I mean, we saw him survive last time. There's no way he does it again. Duke's trying to put his dancing shoes on. Back to the tree. Oh, okay. He still ends up falling, and simultaneously Bob a solo kill on a bang. So, all right, 8-4. Much better start for Execration, though.
They have the heroes to be able to deal with this Broodmother in my eyes. So it's all well and good to want to go for one of these little gotcha picks, but have to respect what the other team have to be able to throw back at you. I think Shanks has been playing a very good game on the bottom side of the map with that kill as well. Gets a couple of charges into the urn, so it's even going to enable them to perhaps start to try and invade and take away Asta's level of comfort.
I'm in quite a conundrum. I've predicted Neon, but I want a game 3. So, I want a game 3, but I want to be right. No. I'm not going to backtrack. I'm sticking with Neon, but the issue is I need to get my predictions right because I'm falling too far behind. But I want a game 3. You know, we've early series was 2-0. The first game was a beatdown. I need a game 3. It was like, but I also need to get predictions. What do? I don't know what to root for here. It's an awkward position. Avatar mode. Oh, Shanks, he's got the ultimate out already, so the break is going to be vital to kill off the Dragonite. And Neon, all they can do is stand up on their high ground as watch as the position 2 drops. Haven't done Noah Bang. Whereas they have Sentry control, so he'll be able to Sakuchi out.
They had the Mud Golems at the time, which are one of the better heroes at being able to push into these early towers.
Oh, just misses the spear, but Bob is in quite the position to continue the chase. Execration outnumbering Neon. And with the summons as well from Vincenzo, they're easily able to tank the tower, so they have to bring the threat of Enryu over, and even the Dragon Knight to keep this going.
Enough. Well, you know, you do now have the Ravage available for the Tidehunter. He has the Tome of Knowledge available, just needs to respawn, use it, and now you've got some level of counter initiation if you want it. Oddly enough, doesn't even have a single point in the Kraken Shell, which I have to question a little bit, because a big part of playing the Tidehunter into the Mars, even the Hoodwink and all these sorts of other heroes, is just being able to shrug off that stun and make sure that you can ultimate and get some kind of presence in a lot of these team fights. He's doing a good job. He's farming well. I mean, he's already nearly picked up the Blitz Knuckles. I'm sure this is going to be a bit more of a farming intensive build, right? You need that Aghanim Shard, because he could just then go to the Broodmother lane and then say, see you later, Spider.
The Tide, like you said, no Kraken Shells, unable to break out anything. Execration really aggressive in this second game. They're not going to try and make the same outcome of our previous performance. I like bringing up the carries like you just did with Palos, because, you know, also we haven't seen a lot of attention put on the Tiny or the Templar Assassin. They've just been kind of on their own little islands, getting all the farm they possibly can. You know, Tiny on top of the moment, but TA definitely not too far behind.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, for sure, but I feel like this game it's much more important for the Tiny to have fun, just because he can deal with the Broodmother very well. He can burst down a lot of these other heroes. Just an insane amount of damage super early on when you might not have the scaling to be able to survive.
How do we kind of look to the Broodmother to have her impact in a game like this?
I think it's important for him, especially because you know what build Bob's going to go for, right? He's got the Maelstrom queued up. It's the way that I would be thinking to play against this, the high armor on the Dragon Knight, as well as the Broodmother in general. But by doing that, it means that he doesn't have any kind of safety net for himself. So I think Enryu needs to try and somehow get that orc picked up and then constantly move to wherever the Ember Spirit is and try and get kills using that. I think anyone had in their bingo card the fact that Execration would be the one to take the first tower, but second tower. Bottom one ended up going down before.
I think that was 8 minutes 30 as well, if I remember correctly. So Parker just a little bit off. Again, he predicted the minute mark. I guess Nat did tell him, so... Yeah, but... Alright. Oh. Picked up from Bob. But again, it's like... Nat, next time you gotta ask precise, because you get minute mark.
Our checks. Shut up.
Sorry, Parker. Dude, Parker, you are awesome prediction. My guy, that was on point. I'm quite astonished. I'm gonna have to message you afterwards and try and get into your minds and see how I can be a big brain like you.
God should be immense, honestly.
Did I do a good job?
Sure, very convincing.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Alright, bottom lane.
The game's just continuing to go better and better for Execration. Just with all those kills that they've been able to pick up, they've even, I believe, nearly got the Shadow Blade now picked up for Palace. To have this nearly at the 14-minute mark is enormous. He is farmed as hell.
Dire are scanning.
We're going to get to the stage where this game is going to continue to ramp up, though. Tino Blink now completed. I believe the Dragon Knight just completed his Blink as well, so Avatar mode combined with a Bang and Jing. We're going to try and get something out at top, but Palace is already making his rotation back towards a triangle, and they're sniffing this out. They know the hard camp was recently farmed, but already a Shadow Blade and Radiant.
How patient can they be? No vision at this point in time, so they're going to back off anyway. First smoke, not going to result much of anything, as Bang with the tail end of it. We'll just see that Palace maybe has the items, bit of an item check coming through there.
And might be in trouble. Got a sentry nearby. Bob to connect. Okay, good old enchant. Not really slowing down too much. It's... Neon, I'm going to be intrigued to see if they can actually take this fight. Like, Dragon Tail, DK can start, but you can't really get the Ravage fault, which is going to be clutch, as Palos just 1-2 combo gets rid of the bug like that.
You're going to take another tower, very important as well. Like, you're playing a Tiny, right? So any kind of stacks or anything that tries to be built up inside your own triangle, inside your own jungle, it's just going to be a lot easier for Execration to claim now. We'll assume Aghanim Shard is coming next for Palace, absolutely. That solo kill onto Abeng. He's going to have it in no time at all.
Do you feel like one side is going to be a little bit more favored through this next team fight that we're about to see, or do you think everyone's starting to hit their timings and they're pretty content?
I mean, what's Enryu got? Has he finished the Orchid? He has, and he's going straight into the BK.
Oh no, the wee one, another death. It's just always giving all the GGs in his own allied chat. It's a high ground that he's run up a couple too many times now.
Dire's top
He's
tower
got the
is under
Aghanim Shard,
attack.
and they're actually looking to push into this top tower a little bit here. I wonder if they're going to try and force a glyph out. They'll know that he doesn't have the shard just
Radiant
yet, so
are
good
scanning.
on them to hold it back, but that Centaur is going to be able
Radiant's
to tank up
bottom
so
tower
much
is
of
under
this tower
attack.
damage. Oh, bottom
Bob,
side,
look at
though.
this. He's invised up. He's giving them so
Dire's
much
structures
information.
are
Sees
fortified.
Jing's positioning.
Radiant structures
Gonna see the rest
are
of Neon
fortified.
as well. Up to start. Refraction slowly getting ticked away. Neon, can you take this fight at the moment? They cancelled one of the TPs. Okay, so Neon's still
Vincenzo.
sticking around.
He's got the shard now, though. That's the big difference maker. So you leave this guy up here on his own. He is going to be able to chunk down that tower in no time at all. Both clips being used. Of course, it's very important to defend against the Broodmother. Very capable of taking out your own
Dire's
objectives,
top
but
tower is
you're getting
under
closer
attack.
and closer on Bob to that Maelstrom, and it's just going to accelerate his own farm as well as provide, of course, that additional damage. Even Vincenzo just doing it solo on the top side. Trying to go for the full wraparound here on Palos.
Gotcha.
It's a very simple double whack here, Palos. Come on.
Up, up.
Maybe
Oh,
with
go
the
for a banging.
farming.
It's just... Oh, let's get the kill now for the tower next as well. As with
Money.
Power showing top. Just going to give
Onside.
Neon an opportunity to jump. Or could reveal straight onto the Mars, and Shanks can really only chuck one ability out, but Mars is still going to end up going down. So we're kill traded along with the tower. But it is Neon coming out a little bit ahead there, because you also have Ash that's getting a lot of farm across the map.
Is, but it's a 3,000 net worth league now for Execration. I still feel like they're in a reasonably okay spot. You've got an Ember Spirit who, in general, is pretty good.
They're coming top. Nice force start from Vincenzo. Getting him further away from the reinforcements that are soon to show up on Neon, but Palos gonna have to hope the Shadow Blade is enough to get him out of danger. Jing, is he ranged? No, the dust just out, so Palos should make it away, but Vincenzo will not have the same fate. Actually, Palos, he wants to go back in. Bob shows up. Jing's gonna drop the first Ravage of the game. It's a beautiful one of that, but Tino, oh, that's a statement arena. Onto all four. Bob's got plenty of AoE damage, but now Enryu steps into the fight. The Broodmother looking to try and clean up as it's just Bob and Tino standing idly by. Bob's able to refill up. He's got a little bit of resources to play with. Unable to dodge the burst from Enryu, but he's playing his distance. Bob, beautifully done just on the side, recognizing that if he tries to face Enryu face to face, he won't be able to succeed.
He's even getting the longest bottle refill of all time coming through from Vincenzo to the outpost, and yeah, just taking advantage of the fact that they have this outpost control. So living on the smallest amount of HP, just the value of having that first key initiation through with the Arena of Blood. What a usage by Tino there. That's going to be his own BKB. Definitely the way that Bob needs to go. He understood how close he was to going down in that fight going in Neon's favor.
Top mode.
Found out.
Run into Bob. Who's really ran into who? That's the ultimate question. Bob 8-1-6, and he's a man on a mission right now. Impetus damage along with Sharpshooter from downtown as Shanks cuts away the life of the Dragonite. 4,000 net worth lead, but this is now top completely controlled, and I was gonna say, I don't know if Execration can think about Roche, but apparently Tino thinks so. Just slams the shield, and in they go.
I mean, with a Silver Edge, why not, right? Palas is just able to chunk this one down. Vincenzo takes all the damage. Be a little bit of time away from using the Nature's Attendant, so I have to be a bit careful.
Dire's middle tower is
I
under attack.
struggle to see how Bob is... how they have the potential to kill the Ember Spirit in a game like this. I'm so surprised that he's not even more farm than he is, as he gold-like streak does get the kill. That's... What is actually the avenue from Neon to kill Bob? Is it like Dragon Tail Ravage with a TA somehow being there?
I think it's like... Honestly, I don't even know if you need the Ravage, to be honest. I feel like it's just like Dragon Tail, TA pops BKB, and maybe you get an Orchid off on the Broodmother.
Well, speaking
and
about
then
the
you can look to
TA,
take it down.
Oh, Asta, no, no, no. Execration get one objective to and next. Asta just trying to get a little farm he can across the map, but Execration on point with their movements. This is a night and day difference in our second game.
Wrap begins though. Bottom side, you're going to have Tino here, and my game just lagged a little bit because of how many spiders got obliterated by
Hello?
Smash.
What? What? Oh, okay, he had Silver's Edge. Alright, a little bit more understandable. I was going to say, how the hell did you just solo kill a Dragonite? Even then, that is just a ridiculous amount of damage.
And they still don't have Glyph for another 10 seconds, so this is going to be another tier 2 tower removed from the equation.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, man.
This
Okay.
Tino might end up falling down here. Enryu's moves pretty
He's
fast.
got BKB,
inside
he
that
should be
web.
fine.
No, doesn't have mana to be able to turn around on this, though. He's got the Soul Ring, but it's not going to be enough.
And don't you love just seeing two broken heroes in the first phase, a TA and a Tiny? And it looks like this game, Tiny's flexing a little bit more of the mutt pout. Dude, that's a high ground, man. Leave him alone. Let him get a little bit of space.
No, is what he says to that. He's like, you know, you didn't give us any kind of respite last game. 4 kills
Payback.
in an entire game of Dota. It's a little bit...
That's-
Good.
Wait, they know he's outside the base? Jing's got Blink. There's the Ravage. Come to fly onto 3. Are they really baiting? Or who's going to end up dying first? Asa, what a timing of the refraction. But a quick in and out with the Remnants claims the life of the Templar Assassin. Now Palos, he's got the Aegis to play with, but only really one here. What? Oh, Dai just gets ripped apart. Tino, he's the one that can turn this fight back around. Arena onto 2. Quick BKB fingers from Enryu. Palos still is in the middle of it all. Avalanche combination. Doesn't have a treat to play with, but it looks like the abilities are going to do the job. It's Tino ends up popping, but now Bob can turn this one all around. Now Palos has been able to find the tree. That's all he needed to cleave away the lives along with the spiders. And now a bang next on the agenda. Oh, dude. What is this hero? Why? Why'd you buff the Tiny? Why is he this
Dire's
good?
middle tower is
Oh,
under
he's
attack.
way too strong. Remember, he was stronger before, by the way, so it's certainly something that maybe Gaben needs to have a look at again in the next patch coming through, probably before
Dire's
the
middle
majors is
tower
coming up,
has
but
fallen.
Palos is just playing this
Dire's
game
middle
incredibly
barracks
well.
are under
That's
attack.
what I love about this Tiny. You know, you can go a little bit of that
Dire's
flexibility.
middle
If you want to farm, you
barracks
can. They're realizing that they're against a team that
Dire's
honestly
middle
was
barracks
starting to scale a little bit on OB.Neon. Outside of the Tiny, the next 3 were about 5-10 minutes ago Neon's heroes. So the fact that they've been able to come back into this, you just see the importance of having that Maelstrom on Bob, the extra damage coming through the BKBs as well. He's not worried about the Orchid anymore, so I feel like the window for being able to punish Bob, it's slammed.
Dire's top barracks are under attack. Dire's top barracks.
I also got a Satanic. Very cool. Good luck killing with level 20 now. Status resistance. I think the most broken concept in the game. But they're beating tier 4 towers, man. What is this? You said last game that both Neon and Execration, they end games incredibly fast, and this is looking to be no different. They want to hit back. One last fight for Neon. They're just waiting for the potential of a Ravage, but it's still on cooldown Arena. Then closing out to all 5 heroes as they shut the door, slam down in the face of Neon. Yes, they finally get the life of Tiny, but I reckon Bob and Co can just turn this one back around as Shanks. What a bushwhack onto multiple heroes, but still the Orchid's out. Ember's gonna fall as well. It's a costly fight, and all of a sudden Bob back involved. Dodges the tentacles, beautifully timed with the Remnant. And now Dragonite will join all his friends in the graves. Neon's bodies littering the Dota map. They don't really have time to get tapped. What's Paolo saying? Daniel, come on. Tell me what's going
Bro,
on.
I'm not John. I might have the sunglasses, but I don't have the proficiency in language.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Something about keyboard. Palos is blaming his keyboard for dying. That's what I'm guessing. They dip it.
I don't know how the sponsors would feel about that one.
What happened? Oh,
Just
oh
the
right, yeah,
sponsors
yeah.
like,
Sorry, the
my
keyboard's
keyboard. They're like, no, the keyboard's great.
No, the keyboard won him this game.
Exactly.
Oh,
no,
Tino! What? Hang on, Tino. Ease it off a little bit, my guy. You have detection. A blind spear. Ooh.
Dire's Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Tiny finishes up the TPs, coming in to join the rest of the
Dire's
squad.
bottom tower has
Be
fallen.
into a lot of ultimates, but most importantly not the Ravage. I think that's the one that they're mostly concerned about. You do still have that BKB timing
Dire's
on Asta
structures
though,
are
but
fortified.
they're heading in onto the
It's no
sea
small
wall.
thing to be favored by the gods.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Dude. Oh, seeing the towers fall this fast. Team jumps behind the throne. Templar Assassin. Not gonna have any more fall for the moment from Execration, so Asta can pop a BKB. Just space.
Make it space.
That's all it is. Just space. As Palos
I don't know about
gets the
that.
tower, turns back to Enryu. He's trying to face check Palos, but I don't know, man. It's top of the net worth. Do you really want a man fight a Tiny? Well, Avatar mode, he says so, but Asta has another thought as they call it quits and far out. It feels good to be wrong. We're going to a game 3.
Yeah, I've always felt like this was a little bit of an odd choice to go the Broodmother. I felt like they already had responses to it picked up on Execration's side, and the Tiny, like a Broodmother, sure, it can create a lot of pressure, but not necessarily onto the Tiny's lane. He's always going to be able to deal with it pretty effectively. So, yeah, the cheers, the claps, they're going out for sure across all of Execration. So,
Yeah,
very
they're
well-deserved
happy.
victory. Yeah, we're going to a game 3 as well, so the viewers going to be damn happy as well. Just another right prediction for me. 5 ahead, Lockie. It's looking dire. You might want to take advantage of that Mate Mate promo while it's still available.
It's all good. It's all good. I wanted a game 3, so at least I got something that I wanted. And you saw Execration. They're happy. They're feeling themselves. Game 1 was a stomp. Game 2 was a stomp in its own right as well. I think Bob, I reckon he got the power. We saw in the cameras throughout the draft, just the little comb of the care of the hair gave him that extra little, buff that he needed, ending 15-2-17 with a 26-minute victory for Execration, man. What a performance from them, but we got what we wanted. We got a game 3. We'll see you guys after the break.